Hi, I'm Sam. I'm part of the Warwickshire Road Safety team and we'll be seeing a lot of you over the next few years. We'll help guide you through the many journeys you're going to make.
Hi, and I'm John for the Road Safety team. Between us, we visit all of the secondary schools in Warwickshire, working with you to help develop essential life skills and strategies to cope with unexpected situations on the road. Right through from your journey to your new school to when you start to learn to drive yourselves. We call this a Driving Ambitions programme, and it starts right here.
Throughout today's session, we'll be asking for suggestions from you. If you're lucky enough to be in school, then you can work in a pair or in a group. But if you're at home, just write your own thoughts down.
Let's start with a question. What times of day do you think people are most likely to be at risk on the roads? On the screen you'll see a graph. There are 3 clear peaks when the risk is at its highest. What times are these 3 peaks? Can you suggest why these times are significant for you? Press pause while you make your suggestions. Yes, these are the times that you are travelling to and from school, and when some of you might be out and about during your lunch break. Why might it be more dangerous at these times? Do you think the time of year might make a difference? How might this affect your journey to and from school? Press pause while you consider the answers to these questions.
Now, if you've had time to think about the things that might make your journey more risky, let's start to think and plan how to stay safe. To get you thinking about your road safety plan, here's something maybe you didn't know. You're more likely to be involved in a road incident outside your secondary school than you were at your primary school. Did you know that? So you now know it's more likely that there could be a road incident outside your secondary school. But how much more likely? Did anyone say 4 times more likely? But why do you think this is? Take a little bit of time out now to write down some of the ideas. You could probably share them with some of your friends once you've had a chance to think about them. Now, think of what you could do to prevent this from happening. Either on your own or team up with someone to make a list of safe choices. Press pause now and write that list.
Was it a surprise to you that with your newfound independence and being able to travel alone, that you'll be more at risk on the roads? Let's take walking. Here's a photograph of some students on their way to school. Can you see anything wrong in this photograph? Okay, apart from they're all happy and laughing, so they're obviously on their way home from school rather than going to school, are they doing anything else that might put them at risk? Can you think of some other examples of safe and risky choices you might make when you're walking? Press pause while you're making your suggestions. I'm sure you came up with great ideas of your own. Did any of you say using your mobile phone when you're a pedestrian? Think about it. Who has nearly or actually walked into a lamppost while using your mobile phone? Embarrassing? Painful? Now consider if you'd walked in front of a moving car instead. So the safe choice is to leave it firmly in your pocket or bag and only answer it when you're standing still, well away from any hazard.
Hi, it's Sam again. John's just talked about walking, but let's think about when you're out and about on your bike. Just like John suggested before, press pause and write down some ideas of safe and risky choices when you're out on your bike. I think the one for me here is the importance of wearing a helmet. Did you know that you can reduce the chances of a serious head injury by 85% if you wore a helmet? Just think, have you ever seen a professional cyclist without one?
We thought about how you might walk or cycle to your new school. Many of you, though, will be using public transport, the bus, a coach, or even the train. This may be the biggest change of all for you. After all, you've walked and cycled places before, but all of a sudden you're going to be squeezed in this crowded metal tube full of noisy people. It might be quite intimidating at first. Some of them may even appear like grown-ups to you, but they're probably just sixth formers. You know what to do by now. Think of some risky and safe choices when you will be using public transport. Press pause while you're making your suggestions. What did you come up with this time? How about standing up and moving about versus staying in your seat and wearing a seatbelt if one is fitted? Which is safest? What will you do? Now you're at secondary school, you may get a chance to ride in the school minibus. Your teacher will be a good driver, but they're not a professional. They may be more easily distracted than your bus driver, so make sure you help them to stay safe.
You have now thought about walking, cycling and public transport, but are there other ways to travel? Are you travelling in a different way? What might be the safe and risky choices for these forms of transport? Think of your ideas now. Getting them clear in your head will help you keep safe. John and I are really looking forward to when we can actually meet you in your schools and talk through these and all your other ideas in greater depth.
It's tricky to think clearly and make the safest decisions as you go along, as there could be extra pressures and distractions. Make a plan now to make it to school and back again safely. How long will the journey take? If cycling, is there a safe cycle route or path? Where can you store your bike and helmet when you're at school? Where are the safest places to cross? What is your backup route if there are roadworks, floods or other delays? What will you do to stay safe as the weather and seasons change? How will you make sure drivers can see you? If there's a problem, who would you call? Do you have their numbers in your phone? Remember, you are now travelling independently, so you are responsible for keeping yourself safe. We are really looking forward to meeting you in your schools very soon, but until then,